Pretty keep it secret, guys. Well, I'm here today, guys. Hello, I'm Aspie Answers, and I talk about mental health as well as Aspie syndrome, as well as taking you guys on a journey with me with my conditions, along with tips and advice for advocating and educating you all. So if you're into any of these, feel free to turn on the notification bell if you decide to subscribe. It would much appreciated. So you may be wondering what I'm talking about today. Well, I'm going to be talking as follows: the 12 secrets about dating a highly sensitive person. Just as a heads up, as always, I'm no medical doctor, I'm just your normal Joe Blow. So if you see anything out of the ordinary, do seek professional help for yourself or your loved one, or seek an opinion for yourself or loved one, because I don't condone self-harm. So what I've covered so far before we get into this is based on the series of the highly sensitive person. If you've been following me right now, is just a quick overview, is the 21 signs that you should know or not ignore about the highly sensitive person, the differences between introvert, highly sensitive person and an empath, and then basically the 21 signs that you are a highly sensitive person. So this one, as I said, is dating a highly sensitive person. So right now you could be dating a highly sensitive person without realizing it, and you definitely recognize some of the signs, right, up to what I've shared with you. Highly sensitive people, however, are deeply thoughtful, often are, creative individuals who feel things real deep. A biological difference in their nervous system means that they literally do process things more than others, which leads to their greater strengths and their occasional vulnerability with people around them. Dating a highly sensitive person can be breathtaking, but it's very different from any other types of relationships that forms and when you bond with somebody, because obviously, as we know, there is different levels of relationships when it comes down to the dating realm, and so on and so forth. So what does a highly sensitive person need in order to trust and love the partner that they're dating? Here are the 12 secrets for you that real highly sensitive persons wishes their partner knew, so that hopefully, if you are aware that you're dating somebody, that you can take it aboard while I'm creating this awareness between us. Number one, your highly sensitive person will notice and feel what you really feel. A lot of people navigate life by telling white lies about their feelings, right? And it's a given, because obviously we don't want to hurt the ones we love. We don't want to basically show our vulnerability, hearsay we could put it. We don't want to feel like we're weak. We don't want to feel like that we're actually invading the space of others if we did tend to want to reach out to others, hearsay. Like, you hear these classic statements of what is wrong, and then the response back from your partner or whoever you're with at the time is nothing, I'm fine. Maybe these are little lies that are meant to lubricate the relationship or gel it together by smoothing over the uncomfortable bits of how that highly sensitive person is really feeling, or just the actual person that they're dating is feeling, so they don't squash the feelings. But as you know, highly sensitive people, however, can't help but pick on the subtle emotions or cues for this moment that can be left unspoken. The tension in your voice, the slump in your shoulders, or your sudden avoidance, any form of body language, of your eye contact, as well as the sudden avoidance. Highly sensitive people don't even do this consciously. They just process all the signals and absorb everything around them of what you're feeling. And that means that they feel it too. Your stress is their stress, and your suppressed anger is all their all-night worry session once they get to bed at night. This can be hard, but it helps if you're willing to talk openly about your emotions, and most of all, if you have or teach yourself good listening skills. When the highly sensitive person can talk about what they feel to you, and they know it's being heard and accepted, they'll know they've got to keep it in amongst it all. And also, in saying this, you've got to be basically on this front, be patient. This is a key rule when you're dating a highly sensitive person, or you're just friends with a highly sensitive person. Just as a key note, just to put in there. 2, give your highly sensitive person a little more time to adjust to the changes. As we know, some people don't like change. Change can be hard for anyone, be it if it's just like if they've moved from a new town and they're trying to make new friends, or maybe it's just they've evolved into a new relationship with you, but remember, highly sensitive people process things more deeply than others do, as I said before. That will mean that even positive changes like starting a new relationship, as I said as a clear example, can be overwhelming for many of us. If you've ever seen someone cry because of the good news, they may have been highly sensitive. As a result though, however, highly sensitive people may take the relationship slowly, especially at the very beginning. Don't be surprised if your highly sensitive person needs time to themselves or seems lukewarm to you at first. They're doing what they've learned they need to do to protect their heart and their stress levels. Number 3, choose your first movie carefully. I've said this in the last video that highly sensitive persons don't like violence or cruelty to animals or people or what have you. So it's a no-brainer, which I'll link that one up in the I-bar as well as in the description below. I think we all know that a slasher horror film isn't a great first date movie unless you know the person's but even with more mainstream movies, avoid anything likely to be super violent or gory like most action film, because highly sensitive persons tend to feel the pain and emotion of those on the big screen. Some tasteful suspense is fine, but violence and cruelty often leave highly sensitive persons somewhere between upset and overwhelmed. 4, no more sneaking up. It's not cute to sneak up on a highly sensitive person and scare them. They have a high startle reflex, and no, they won't laugh afterwards like you may have done. They'll need minutes or longer to recover. Number 5, there will be times when you're amazed. All this talk about processing and stress, on the other hand, does have its upside, believe you me, as a positive. So the same qualities that make it so hard for a highly sensitive person to translate to a rare gift, that gets even stronger as life goes. Dating a highly sensitive person means that every so often you're just going to be blown away by the insights they come up with or the beauty of something they create seemingly out of nowhere. This is the deal with dating a highly sensitive person. Once they trust you, they share their brilliance as well as their vulnerability. 6, sometimes they might need some alone time. Don't forever get discouraged if this is happening to you, because most highly sensitive persons are introverts. Some may be extroverts, that will vary from person to person with these characteristic traits. But all of them, even the most socially chatty ones amongst them, sometimes will need to disappear on their own and be left alone so they can recharge their batteries. This is because stimulation of all kinds, social or otherwise, can quickly overwhelm the highly sensitive person's sense, and they need time without stimulation to calm down. If you're living together, your highly sensitive person may have a room just theirs and ask for you to never enter. So please respect their privacy when they do so. If you live separately, however, they may seem to vanish for a few days or afternoon to process what has been going on around them on that day front. If you want your highly sensitive person to alert you when you have to do this, so you know what's going on, you'll have to be willing to respect from them and not disrupt their alone time when they say they actually need it, because they do mean it. 7, they love being engaged on a deeper level. Highly sensitive people process things deeply, as I said, so they're usually thinking about the big things in life. They could be as personal as how a friendship has to be developed, or how it's going to work out for them, or as a cosmic as the future of humankind. Either way, highly sensitive people wants to move quickly beyond surface level chat. Come with an open mind and willingness to talk about the big topics. Number 8, know that most people won't or don't understand them. Only about 15 to 20% of the population are highly sensitive people, and much of the remaining 80+%, however, has never even heard of high sensitivity. Here today I'm addressing these. As a result, highly sensitive people don't just feel misunderstood, they are misunderstood, and they're used to how most people handle it, by trying to pigeonhole them, stick a stereotype on them, or simply tell them there's something wrong with them. If you take a different approach to them, however, like listening openly and trying to understand their experiences in life, you will stand out, and they will actually love you for it. Number 9, never use these 2 labels. Obviously, there's 2 labels that highly sensitive people do not like, and they are, when they're being told, they're too sensitive or they're just shy. If you're about to use these words, I'll tell you now, don't. Give them time, or let them tell you how they actually are feeling. Your highly sensitive person will appreciate you taking the time to understand. Number 10, the environment affects them. We all like some type of environments better than others, right? But for a highly sensitive person, however, the system puts a lot of more energy into processing the signals around them. Be that noise, light, activity, or the presence of other people around them. That means that even a moderately busy become all-consuming for an HSP system, and they may have to leave or face overwhelm and collapse. For a highly sensitive partner, however, on the other hand, that means 3 simple rules. Number one, think about whether your highly sensitive person will enjoy setting before you make the plans of where you want to go on a date. 2, give them plenty of advance warning if a venue is going to be loud, crowded or busy. And 3, be understanding and supportive if they say they want to leave or have to leave, even if they're having fun just a few minutes ago. Number 11, nothing takes a bigger toll than conflict. It is a given, lots of people don't like conflict, arguments or whatever. For a highly sensitive person, however, on the other hand, it's more than that. Conflict is a major source of overwhelm. It's a situation that demands fast, firm responses, sensory overload, while dumping up all these emotional signals on them, which is an emotional overload. Basically, I want to punch for high sensitivity. I have mentioned some video topics about sensory overload on that in autistics, which if you want to know more, I'll link it in the description, as well as put it above me right now, and you can revert back to this after this video for more information. This is related to why highly sensitive people have a hard time dealing with criticism, which comes loaded with potential for conflicts. For better or for worse, many highly sensitive people will deal with this by going out of their way to keep their partner happy. This can become a problem, however, particularly when they don't speak up for their own needs, because they obviously want everyone else around them happy, regardless of their own needs. They put others first. If you are dating a highly sensitive person, be aware of this tendency. Help your partner feel safe to speak their mind, but don't forever judge them, don't forever rush them, and look together for ways to actually manage conflict more gently. Again, listening skills and creating space for honest, no yelling discussion can go a long way. Last but not least, number 12. Nothing is sexier to a highly sensitive person than being accepted. Let's be real here for a second. Most highly sensitive persons have had a long list of suitors who took 0 minutes to understand them, right? These are people who saw the highly sensitive person's creativity, their sensitivity, or their quirky personality and said, I love that. That's charming. But these same people never took the time to say, I also accept and love the side that has needs, the side that has to process, the side that feels things so deeply, the side that's inconvenient when it gets so overwhelming for you. Those two sides are part of a single package. No highly sensitive person can have one without the other. And every highly sensitive person learns to avoid people who only want half of them. If you can take to conclude this, if you can take the time to get to know someone that is highly sensitive, just take the time to listen and accept them for who and what they are, for the whole being of welfare and whatnot, as I said before, about their two sides, not just the one. And if they can trust you when they're overwhelmed, they will know they have found a soulmate for life. Well, this quickly ends basically the 12 secrets of dating a highly sensitive person. Smash the like if you like this. Comment below if you're dating a highly sensitive person, or if I've missed out any, tips here. Feel free to add them in the comment section below. And also for anyone that is highly sensitive, what do you want people to know about you more as a person? Do you want them to be, like as I said before, patient, understanding and whatnot? And what really irks you to the core, that when you are a highly sensitive person and what you hear about on a daily. So enough for this. Also, before I end this, also just a quick announcement is, as you're aware, I've got a Patreon page account set up for anyone who wants to donate to my projects and future projects and courses, I should say, and that every dollar counts. So there should be something up there for you to tell your budget of what I've actually done as a give back to you guys in the community, in my community. And in saying this, also there was one particular person that did actually come out to do it, and this one's a guy named Michael, which I thank Michael. So hopefully, Michael, if you're watching this today, that you're actually liking these, just feel free to actually pop in to my comment section and just let me know. And also for anyone who wants to actually give me some ideas of future videos, that'd be cool. Even though, just bear in mind, it's health and awareness as well as advocacy kind of videos I'm trying to do right now, so that you guys can understand different people with conditions, not just probably mental health and autism, but maybe just other conditions as well. Because as I said, I'm hoping to educate you all as much as I can, as well as educating myself, because it's all about a learning curve as we're journeying together with this. So enough for the do, guys. Also, I'm going to do a quick video sometime live on Twitter or Instagram based on some things that has been happening, or just a quick update as we call it, so that you can know what's going down as well. So no further ado guys, thanks for support, thanks for watching, do what love what do. Until next time, Aspie signing out, and I'll see you again soon. Ciao for now.